Good morning and namaste everyone. It's me Thakur Prasad Rijal, a social study teacher. Today I am going to talk about the lesson corruption, class 9, lesson 4.2. So, I would like to welcome all the students in this class after a long time, which has been obstructed because of the impact of the COVID-19, which is seen in Chitwan. So, let us start the topic corruption. I think you all students are very familiar with the term corruption. Simply, the corruption is the misuse of power for the personal gain, or we can say the people who is in power or the person who is in power, that person if he misuses the power for his personal benefit, so that is called corruption. So, I have brought here some of the definition you can see there in the slide. So, corruption refers to the process of earning illegal money by misusing power and authority, that is called corruption. Or we also can say corruption is the misuse of power and authority for the private gain or private profit. So, corruption is considered as one of the most burning problem of the present world. So, corruption is not seen only in a particular country, but it is seen almost in all the countries of the world, and the whole world is suffering from the problem of corruption. So, we can say the corruption is a complex and multifaceted phenomena with multiple causes, effects, and it takes in various forms and functions in different contexts. So, let us talk about some of the forms of the corruption. Corruption can be taken place in different forms, like bribery is one example. So, the process of taking money for doing some works, bribery. Similarly, there comes nepotism, favorism, embezzlement, forgery. These are the different types of corruption which are prevalent in our society. So, while talking about corruption, we also should know about the CPI, Corruption Perception Index. Okay. So, Corruption Perception Index, that will measures the extent of corruption within a country on a scale which ranges from 0 to 100. So, the countries whose score is 0, these countries are called the countries having highest corruption, and the countries where score is 100, these countries are called the countries with lowest corruption. Generally, the CPI is produced or published by Transparency International, and according to the Transparency International, the countries that score below 50 score, they are perceived as highly corrupt countries, and the countries which secure near 100, these countries are called the country who do not have the corruption or the cleanest countries in the world. Similarly, I have brought here the list of the countries with the rank and CPI score according to the data of 2018. So, published by Transparency International, you can see there. So, New Zealand has 89 score, Denmark has 88 score, Finland 85, Switzerland 85, Norway 85, Singapore 84. So, these are top 5 cleanest country regarding the corruption, but if you look at in the another side, Somalia has 9 score, South Sudan has 12 score, North Korea has 17 score, Nepal has 31 score and India has 40 score. It means these are the 5 top countries where the corruption is high. So, that data shows the reality where the corruption is high and where the corruption is low. If so, let us talk about the causes of the corruption. So, why the corruption causes or takes place in our society. So, there are multiple causes of the corruption, and broadly that causes we can categorize into the following types. First of all, social and cultural causes. First causes is social and cultural causes. Okay. Social and cultural causes. So, what kind of things come inside the social and cultural causes we discuss here. So, inside that there comes lack of public awareness among the people. So, in our society most of the people they are unaware, they do not know how we can be away from the corruption or how we can control the corruption. Because of that also the corruption is increasing. So, this is one of the causes. Similarly, another is showy lifestyle. So, in this society most of the people they want to show either they have or they do not have. So, because of that tendency of the people they need more money, and for getting more money they use the illegal way or they select the way of the corruption. So, showy lifestyle is another cause of social and cultural causes. Another is extravagance, means spending money unnecessarily. So, when we spend money unnecessarily, at that time we need more money, or we cannot manage our expenses by the real earning. So, that we have to use the illegal measures for earning money. And the next is outside influence. So, basically we can call it foreign influence also. So, because of the impact of the foreign countries, the tendency of the foreign countries and following this, that also is causing corruption. The next is political causes. Political causes. So, inside the political causes there comes lack of transparency. So, basically in the political decisions or donations you can see that the lack of transparency we can find in the political parties or in the working style of the political parties. And the next is political interference in different works, in different organizations. So, we can find the interference of the political parties, that also support for the corruption. The next is nepotism, means showing some kind of supporting our family or friends. So, in any work that act is called nepotism, and as well as the last cause of the political cause is appointment against the law. Means, so if we are in power, so sometimes we can mix the sum of the appointments that is not according to the law also. So, these are the political causes. Now, let us go to the next cause, that is administrative causes. Administrative causes, and inside the administrative causes there comes the lack of accountability of the workers or the leaders. Similarly, unstable leadership, means the leaders are frequently changed. When the leaders frequently changes, that also causes the corruption. And another is illegal appointment and transfer of the workers or the civil workers that also causes corruption. And the next is the centralization of the power, means if the power is not decentralized properly in different bodies at that time, so there can occur the corruption. And the next cause is the judicial causes. Judicial causes. So, inside judicial causes we can say lack of uniformity in the judicial bodies. Okay, if there do not occur, do not become the uniformity on the all judicial bodies, so then there can come the corruption. Similarly, undue political influence also can be there. Service delay, the act of service delay, as well as corruptible police force. If police do not perform their activities properly according to the law, in that at that situation also there can occur corruption. So, here we discuss the various causes of the corruption, and all these corruption without putting them in different categories, we can say serial wise also. So, in any way whatever you think better you can do it. If so, what are the effects of the corruption? Means when there will be corruption in our society, so what kind of problems we have to face at that time? Let us look at there. First of all, corruption hinders the economic development and social progress, means the economic and social development will be backwarded. So, because of the corruption. And the next is the benefit of the development that do not reach to the targeted groups. To which group the development activities are targeted, that cannot reach to that targeted group. Similarly, ordinary people, means who are not in power, so such people have little confidence in the administration, means they do not believe in the work of administration. Similarly, the next effect is people have to pay undue money even for legal work also. If there occurs the corruption everywhere, for doing legal works also we have to pay money. Without paying money, our work will not be completed. And the poor people do not get justice. That is another effect. Open bribery prevails. So, for doing a simple works also, we have to take help of the bribery, or we have to pay bribery for doing our work. We have to pay bribes. That situation will prevail everywhere, and dissatisfaction grows among the people, that might lead to conflict, violence and struggle. As well as in the last effect of corruption, the rule of law cannot be maintained in the society. There cannot be the rule of law in the society. So, these are some of the effects of corruption. So, if so, how we can solve these problems, or is there any solution measures of this problem in our from our sides or not? Yes, obviously we can do different work for solving this worldwide problem. Some of the measures I have listed here. One is social boycott to the corrupt people, means we do not have to accept the corrupted people in our society. We should boycott them, we should not involve them in social activities. That is called social boycott to the corrupt people. And the next is establishing good governance and public accountability. We have to establish good governance, yes, and when there will be good governance, so the corruption will automatically be Raising awareness and mobilizing the media against the corruption. There should be the very active role of media for controlling or for ending the corruption. As well as next measure is not appreciating one's wealth earned from indecent activities, means. So, first of all we have to try to find out what is the source of their earning. In our society, generally there is the trend of respecting or praising the wealthy people, but we do not even think how their wealth is coming. So, that tendency should be changed. Similarly, the next is providing attractive salary and wages to the employers, especially in government works or in government offices, so that they can fulfill their all the demands easily and they do not have to take the way of corruption, means they do not go on the way of the corruption. So, that things also can be done by the government, as well as the very important is we should make and implement strict law against the corruption. A part of this we have to make the work of regulatory body very effective. There comes the role of CIAA basically. In this way you can mention many more others solution measures regarding the corruption. Okay. So, now we talk about, so what efforts has been done in Nepal for controlling corruption. Yeah, here we talked what corruption is, what are the various causes of the corruption, what are the solution measures of the corruption. In the same way here we are discussing what Nepal have done up to now for controlling corruption. So, or is the effort of Nepal in this work is effective or not, here we are discussing. The first activity or first effort that Nepal has done is establishment of CIAA, Commission for Investigation of Abuse of Authority. So, that organization has been established as a constitutional organ in our country. This is the first effort done by Nepal, and CIAA works for controlling corruption. Similarly, so formulation of the acts, Nepal has formulated different acts for solving the corruption. The first act is CIAA Act 2048, another act is Corruption Prevention Act 2059, Money Laundering Prevention Act 2064, Sampatti Shuddhikaran it is called in Nepali, Money Laundering Prevention Regulation 2066, such kind of acts has been implemented in Nepal. Similarly, the third effort is establishment of National Vigilance Center. So, National Vigilance Center, it was established on 27th Shravan of 2059, that is another effort. Similarly, signatory of the UN Convention, Nepal has signed the UN Convention on 2003 and which has been approved in 2011 AD, that is another effort. Similarly, there comes the efforts of INGO, various INGOs are running awareness program against the corruption. Similarly, there comes the effort of mass media, general mass media, they are transmitting and broadcasting programs against it. So, another effort is reward to the reporters, means if we report the cases of corruption at that time, so ordinary people will get report and their name also will be kept secret, that provision is there. And in the educational effort, the lessons related to control of the corruption, that has been included in the school level curriculum, which we are teaching here as well. These are some of the efforts done by Nepal for solving the corruption. So, we are at the last now. So, the reasons of rapid increment of corruption in Nepal. So, various efforts has been done, but still why the corruption is increasing in Nepal? Here are some of the points. The one is CIAA does not have enough offices and human resource to go ahead timely and promptly, as well as CIAA has become the victim of the political pressure. So, that is the one reason. Another reason, the channel of the corrupted people is stronger than the CIAA's SS. The next reason is the commitment lack in the political parties for fighting against the corruption. There is no proper commitment from the political parties for fighting against the corruption. And the next is CIAA has not been able to assess the large fish. So, policy level corruption, large fish means who does the corruption in higher level. So, sitting in the policy level. So, these are some of the means faults because of which the corruption is increasing day by day in Nepal. So, with this we come to the end of today's class. I hope you have got what I have said regarding the corruption. So, thank you very much, and I will be back in another week with another chapter. Thank you.